I'm at the Julington Durbin Preserve in the south part of Mandarin, right off Bartram Park Road. This preserve's got about 7 miles of trails, and they're nice and easy trails to do. And it's pretty nice in here. So let's drive on down to the parking lot. This area was saved from development when the Bartram area was all developed a few years ago. St. John's Riverkeeper and Sierra Club were instrumental in getting this area saved. It's sort of a peninsula bounded by both the by the Julington Creek and Durbin Creek. You kind of see from this view here. I'll show another map a little bit later. Consists of 2 loop trails, the white trail and the yellow trail. You do both of those are about 6 miles. The white trail alone is about 4, and the yellow trail about 2. There's also a shorter red trail that goes down to Durbin Creek and back. So you go down, it's a mile, and back it's a mile. So that's a shorter 2-mile trail and pretty nice. So we're going to check that out. Bikes are allowed here, horses, dogs, everything, and it's usually pretty busy, so it's pretty nice. You can see the trails are marked by these diamond blazes on the trees, so this marks the beginning of the white trail. So let's take a look. This is a map of the area. You can see that we're right there where the arrow is. And you can see that there's a white trail loop, and then over here a yellow trail loop. The white trail loop's about 3.9 miles. The yellow trail's another 2. And there's also a red trail here that goes right down to Durbin Creek. It's about a mile down to the Durbin Creek and back. So for a shorter hike, you can just walk down there. It's real pretty, and we're going to check that out. So that's kind of the layout. You can see Durbin Creek on the bottom, and there's Julington Creek going up that way. All the trails are like this, nice and wide, pretty flat, really pretty here this morning. You can see the white blaze. We're still heading down toward the red trail, but you can count on all the trails looking about like this. They're old country roads. We've come to one of the intersection with the white loop. The double blaze means there's a turn up ahead. So if we were going to take the white loop, we'd turn right. But we're going to head down straight down to Durbin Creek take a look at the red trail. We've come to the junction of the white and red trail. It's hard to see the blaze on this tree. It's pretty hidden, but it's pretty obvious from this area. There's a park bench over here. And if we're taking the red trail, we just keep going straight on down that way. The red trail heading down to Durbin Creek is really pretty. It's wooded. It's an old logging trail, and there's a couple things we want to look at as we go down here. We've been hiking downhill, so it gets a little swampier. There's a couple of short little bridges down here right before we get to Durbin Creek. And there's a beautiful, gigantic cypress tree I want to show you here off to the left. See it through there? That tree is gigantic, tall, probably 5-6 foot diameter. So let's walk on down to the creek. We're at the end of the red trail now, down at Durbin Creek. So this creek runs down to the right all the way and joins up with Julington Creek about 3 miles down. And it's good kayaking in here. So it's pretty just to walk down here. We've walked about a mile. And if all you want to do is a couple miles, you can turn around and head back to the parking lot from here. Well, coming back up the red trail, we're back to that open area where we went straight. There's that park bench over there. Straight ahead is back to the parking lot. But I think we're going to turn left and check out the white trail. Again, we're just going to follow the white blazes, like you can see on that tree. Most of the white trail is pretty open, so come down here the time of year when it's a little sunny and hot, you might want to bring some shade. This area had been pretty much logged out, but they've done quite a bit of work in trying to restore the longleaf pine. What you see here is a little baby. Once the seed gets in the ground, the first thing it does is shoot a big root down long underground. And that way, if fire comes through and burns this out, it can regenerate. And then once it feels like it's ready, then it shoots up very quickly to a teenagery longleaf pine like we see right here. And that way you can see that it's above the ground and above the hazard of fire. So the longleaf pine has some strategies to protect itself from fire. You can see that the marker here has a blue and a white blaze. Blue blaze goes up that way. If you don't want to do the whole white loop, you can take a shortcut that goes across the loop on the blue blaze. But for us, no shortcuts today. We have a nice wooded section here toward the end of the white white trail where it links with the yellow trail. You can see the yellow and white blazes here indicating that there's an intersection. So we can either take the yellow trail or continue on the white loop back to the parking lot. On the white trail, I just had to stop to take a look at what a beautiful longleaf forest used to look like. Open underneath, beautiful long tall pine trees. The whole southeast used to look like this. Quite pretty. There's a big old gopher turtle. Gopher tortoise eating some leaves. He's not too shy, is he? Back to the parking lot. So that's Julington Durbin Preserve. Come out and do the red trail for 2 miles, or the white trail for 4 miles, or include the yellow loop for another 2 miles. Beautiful, beautiful place to hike.